It's Matt Dillon.
Oh, Marshal. I knowed you'd come.
In the 1950s, CBS began developing a TV series based on the popular radio show Gunsmoke. The casting process was critical to the show's success. For the lead role of Marshal Matt Dillon, CBS initially considered John Wayne. However, they later decided on James Arness, who had guest starred in several TV shows and films. Arness' height and stoic demeanor made him an ideal choice for the role. To play Miss Kitty, the owner of the Long Branch Saloon, CBS initially considered Lauren Bacall. Ultimately, they cast Amanda Blake, who had previously appeared in several films and TV shows. Blake's charm and wit made her a perfect fit for the role. For the role of Chester Goode, the marshal's assistant, CBS initially considered Nat King Cole. However, they later cast Dennis Weaver, who had appeared in several TV shows and films. Weaver's unique walk and likable personality made him a fan favorite. To play Doc Adams, the town doctor, CBS initially considered Raymond Massey. However, they later cast Milburn Stone, who had appeared in numerous films and TV shows. Stone's gravelly voice and dry wit made him a perfect fit for the role. During the audition process, the chemistry between the actors was critical. CBS conducted chemistry tests to ensure that the actors would work well together. These tests helped the producers make final casting decisions. One pivotal moment during the casting process was when James Arness was offered the role of Matt Dillon. Arness was hesitant to accept the role as he had never played a lead character before. However, after speaking with John Wayne, who encouraged him to take the role, Arness agreed. In conclusion, the casting process for Gunsmoke was critical to the show's success. Each actor brought their unique talents and chemistry to the show, creating a beloved TV series that lasted for 20 seasons.
Won't make no difference who it is.
Doc, you're crazy. You'll open that wound up riding out there. You're not strong.
The directors of the 1955 TV series Gunsmoke, including Charles Marquis Warren and Andrew V. McLaglen, brought the Old West to life with their unique visions. They drew inspiration from classic Western literature and films, crafting a gritty, realistic depiction of Dodge City. Warren, Gunsmoke's initial director, emphasized character development and story depth. He encouraged the cast to explore their roles, fostering a collaborative environment. McLaglen, who took over in later seasons, favored a more action-oriented approach, employing sweeping shots and dynamic stunts. Both directors, however, maintained a consistent visual style. They used muted colors and natural lighting to evoke the harsh beauty of the frontier. The directors also employed tight shots to capture the emotions of the characters, creating an intimacy within the vast landscapes. Their collaboration with the cast and crew was integral to Gunsmoke's success. They worked closely with writers to ensure scripts aligned with their vision, and they guided the crew in creating the show's distinctive look. The directors' commitment to their creative influences and collaborative style resulted in a compelling, enduring series that continues to captivate audiences today. Gunsmoke, a TV series that first aired in 1955, has become an enduring symbol of the industry. Its compelling stories of life in Dodge City, Kansas, continue to captivate audiences today. Throughout its 20-year run, Gunsmoke explored a wide range of themes, from humor to tragedy, and featured many unforgettable characters. One particularly memorable moment comes in the episode The Jailer, where Festus Hagen, the bumbling jailer, must confront his past and protect the town. This scene, among many others, has left a lasting impact on viewers. As we delve deeper into this classic series, you'll discover many surprising and emotional facts that will leave you shocked, amused, and saddened. So, stay tuned. Do you have a favorite memory or personal experience related to Gunsmoke? We'd love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. Together, let's celebrate this iconic piece of television history.
Somebody steal your poke?
No.
The production of the 1955 TV series, Gunsmoke, was a significant endeavor. The set design was meticulously crafted to depict Dodge City, Kansas, in the late 1800s. The main street set, complete with boardwalks, hitching posts, and false front buildings, spanned an entire city block. Interiors, like the Long Branch Saloon and Marshall's office, were built on sound stages, allowing for controlled filming conditions. Locations for exterior shots varied. To capture the vast, open landscapes of the Old West, the production team utilized locations in California, such as the Bell Ranch in Chatsworth and the Iverson Movie Ranch in Chatsworth. These locations provided the necessary backdrop to convey the expansive frontier setting. Filming a weekly series presented logistical challenges. The production team had to maintain a steady pace, turning out 39 episodes in the first season. This required careful planning, coordination, and efficient use of resources. To facilitate smooth production, the team implemented a precise shooting schedule, allocating specific days for filming different scenes and stages. In terms of innovative techniques, Gunsmoke was one of the first TV series to employ the use of multiple cameras. This approach allowed for greater flexibility during filming, as it captured various angles simultaneously. It also enhanced the overall pacing of the show, as scenes could be edited together more seamlessly in post-production. Despite the challenges, the production team of Gunsmoke managed to create a compelling and authentic depiction of life in the Old West. Their meticulous attention to detail, efficient use of resources, and innovative filming techniques contributed to the show's enduring popularity and success.
Oh, hello, Matt.
Oh, Kitty, I hate to bother you.
Oh, that's all right. Come on in.
Gunsmoke is one of the most iconic Western television series in history, having first aired in 1955. The show quickly gained popularity due to its exceptional cast, well-developed characters, and engaging storylines. The series, which was set in Dodge City, Kansas, follows the adventures of Marshal Matt Dillon, played by James Arness, as he keeps the peace in a wild frontier town. The show's characters are what truly set it apart from other westerns of the time. Matt Dillon is a strong and capable lawman, but he is also compassionate and fair-minded. Chester Good, played by Dennis Weaver, is Dillon's loyal deputy, who is known for his distinctive limp and comedic relief. Doc Adam, portrayed by Milburn Stone, is the town's wise and experienced physician, while Kitty Russell, played by Amanda Blake, is the owner of the Long Branch Saloon and a beloved character in her own right. One interesting fact about Gunsmoke is that it inspired a novelty song titled Mr. Grillin' in the mid-1950s. The song featured the voices of Chester, Marshal Dillon, and Kitty, and was a comical characterization of the three. The song tells the story of Chester frantically running in and out of the saloon to check on Doc, who has been shot in the neck with an arrow by Indians attacking the town. The other two characters, who are inebriated, keep sending Chester to find out which side of the neck Doc has been hit, much to his frustration. Gunsmoke is a classic Western series that has stood the test of time. Its characters are timeless, and the storylines are still engaging and relevant today. If you are a fan of the Western genre, Gunsmoke is a must-watch. It is a show that will transport you to a different time and place and leave you entertained and satisfied.
Just asking. You don't think I'd be afraid to tell you, do you? Afraid of...
The creation of the Gunsmoke musical score and soundtrack was a collaborative effort between composers and musicians, resulting in music that complements the narrative and emotional tone of the 1955 TV series. The score, composed primarily by Rex Corey, sets the mood for each episode, from tense showdowns to heartfelt moments. Corey's main theme, Gunsmoke, is a haunting melody that evokes the vast, open plains of Dodge City, Kansas, where the series is set. The score's use of strings, horns, and percussion creates a sense of tension and drama, perfectly capturing the show's themes of law and order in the Wild West. The soundtrack also features popular songs of the time, such as Beyond the Sunset and Red River Valley, which are used to great effect in various episodes. These songs add depth and context to the storylines, providing a sense of the time period and the characters' emotional states. Musicians involved in the creation of the Gunsmoke score and soundtrack have spoken about the unique challenges and rewards of working on the series. Corey, for example, discussed the importance of creating music that enhances the story without overpowering it. He aimed to capture the essence of each scene, whether it be a quiet moment between characters or a high-stakes shootout. Other musicians, such as guitarist Jimmy Bryant, have spoken about the freedom they were given to experiment with different sound and styles. Bryant's use of reverb and echo effects, for example, added a sense of space and depth to the score, enhancing the show's sense of place and atmosphere. In addition to the score and soundtrack, the actors' performances also played a crucial role in shaping the musical tone of Gunsmoke. James Arness, who played Marshal Matt Dillon, was known for his understated delivery, which allowed the music to take center stage in many scenes. The interplay between the music and the actors' performances created a rich, immersive experience for viewers. Overall, the creation of the Gunsmoke musical score and soundtrack was a collaborative effort that required careful attention to detail and a deep understanding of the show's themes and characters. The resulting music complements the narrative and emotional tone of the series, providing a rich, immersive experience for viewers.
Tessie, it's like the marshal said, I'm right.
The blue willow design is prominent on the dishes used in many Gunsmoke episodes, with 3 different series versions appearing. This design has been around since the late 1N700s and can be found in other Western TV shows. Some blue willow pieces, depending on their maker and exact design, can be quite valuable. Interestingly, most of the windows on the Gunsmoke set lack glass. James Arness is best known for his role as Marshal Matt Dillon on Gunsmoke, a character that left a lasting impression on the public.
Saying he'd get married when his ma died.
And you thought he meant you?
One of the most iconic scenes in Gunsmoke is from the episode Held Wanted. In this scene, Chester tries to prevent a wounded outlaw from escaping. The outlaw, Gage, takes Chester hostage, leading to a tense standoff. Director Charles Marquis Warren uses close-ups to capture the actor's expressions, heightening the tension. The use of shadows adds to the suspense, as Gage's face is partially obscured, making him appear more menacing. Dennis Weaver's performance is noteworthy. He effectively portrays Chester's fear and determination, creating a compelling contrast. His delivery is natural, making the scene more relatable and impactful for the audience. Weaver commented on his experience. It was a challenging scene, but I think it worked out well. The tension was palpable, and I believe the audience could feel it. The cinematography by Frank Redmond is also notable. The camera movements are subtle but effective, contributing to the overall tension. The use of wide shots to show the vast, open landscape of Dodge City adds to the feeling of isolation and vulnerability. This scene had a significant impact on the audience, setting a high standard for future episodes. It demonstrated the show's ability to handle intense, dramatic scenes, contributing to its enduring popularity. Charles Marquis Warren, the director, stated, "We wanted to create a scene that would leave a lasting impression on the audience. I believe we achieved that with Held Wanted." This scene is a testament to the quality of Gunsmoke, showcasing the talent of its cast and crew. It remains a memorable moment in television history, demonstrating the show's ability to captivate audiences with its compelling storytelling and dramatic performances.
Not around you, anyway.
Oh, now people got no call to feel that way. I don't mean no harm to...
Gunsmoke, a popular TV series that first aired in 1955, underwent several production changes throughout its run. Initially produced by film crafters at the producer's studio, CBS took over production around 1960 and moved it to KTLA Studios. By 1963, production had shifted again to CBS Studio Center, where it remained until the show's end. CBS, in association with the Arness Company, produced the series from around 1970, and it was originally syndicated by CBS Films and later by Viacom. Before Amanda Blake became known as Miss Kitty on Gunsmoke, she was roommates with Jan Shepard. Dennis Weaver, the first actor cast for the show, was chosen before James Arness, who played Marshal Matt Dillon. Weaver was in the Bahamas filming a movie with John Wayne when Gunsmoke's casting began, allowing him to be the first officially cast for the series. Gunsmoke, a 1955 TV series, left a significant cultural and social impact on its audiences. The show, set in Dodge City, Kansas during the 1870s, revolved around Marshal Matt Dillon's efforts to maintain law and order. Its gritty realism and complex characters resonated with viewers, making it a hit and a long-running series. Gunsmoke influenced pop culture in various ways. Its depiction of the American West helped shape the popular image of cowboys and frontier life. The show's themes of justice, morality, and the human condition inspired many subsequent TV westerns and other media. Its characters, such as the tough but fair Marshal Dillon and the wise, no-nonsense Miss Kitty, became cultural icons. Moreover, Gunsmoke contributed to discussions on relevant social and cultural themes. It tackled issues like violence, racism, and the role of women in society, albeit subtly, given the era's censorship rules. For instance, it portrayed Native Americans as more than just savage enemies, a departure from many westerns of the time. In conclusion, Gunsmoke's cultural and social impact was substantial. Its realistic portrayal of the Old West, complex characters, and thoughtful exploration of social issues made it a groundbreaking series that continues to influence pop culture today.
All right, I'll give you a minute, Mr. Tennis.
Dennis Weaver, initially disappointed with his first audition for Chester, boldly asked for a second chance. This time, he showcased his distinctive country accent, which secured him the role. Meanwhile, Buck Taylor, who later became known as Newly, received 2 concurrent job offers. One was for the part of Newly O'Brien in Gunsmoke, and the other was from Jack Lord to play Dan Dano Williams in Hawaii Five-0. Spanning 20 years and 635 episodes, Gunsmoke holds the title as the second longest running American primetime television series to date. For many years, it held the record exclusively until The Simpsons surpassed it in both seasons in 2009 and episodes in 2018. This classic Western series has undoubtedly left a lasting impact on television history. Gunsmoke, a 1955 TV series, received critical acclaim for its realistic portrayal of the Old West. The New York Times hailed it as the best written and most intelligently conceived Western series on television. The audience reactions were also positive, with viewers praising the show's complex characters and gripping storylines. The series was nominated for several awards, including 4 Primetime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Dramatic Series. James Arness, who played Marshal Matt Dillon, received an Emmy nomination for Best Actor in a Leading Role. These nominations highlight the high regard in which the series was held by both the industry and audiences. Winning awards and receiving critical acclaim is significant for those involved in a film or TV series as it validates their hard work and talent. It can also lead to increased recognition, opportunities, and financial rewards. For Gunsmoke, these accolades helped establish it as a landmark TV series and a classic of the Western genre. James Arness, known for his role as Marshal Matt Dillon in Gunsmoke, holds the record for the longest continuous role portrayed by a single actor on primetime television, lasting 20 years. Interestingly, John Wayne was initially considered for the part of Matt Dillon, but he turned it down, recommending his friend James Arness instead. Arness's performance earned him a significant following, except for Lady Bird Johnson, who was disappointed to learn about his Republican affiliations. Despite this, Gunsmoke remains a classic Western series, with Arness's portrayal of Marshal Matt Dillon leaving a lasting impact on television history.
It's made out of pure metal.
Yeah, and they also cost $3, Chester. I can make the same thing out of a piece of wood for nothing.
Oh, yeah, but...
During the filming of Gunsmoke, the popular 1955 TV series, the cast and crew faced many challenges and shared memorable experiences. James Arness, who played Marshal Matt Dillon, was known for his height, standing at 6'7". This often caused issues with lighting and camera angles, as the crew had to make adjustments to ensure he was properly framed. James Arness and Amanda Blake, who played Miss Kitty Russell, developed a strong bond off-screen. They often spent time together, which contributed to the natural chemistry between their characters on the show. The show's creators, John Meston and Norman McDougall, initially envisioned Gunsmoke as a serious, gritty radio drama. When it transitioned to television, they maintained this tone, making it one of the first adult westerns on TV. Milburn Stone, who played Doc Adams, was not the first choice for the role. The producers initially wanted to cast a well-known movie star, but Stone's impressive audition won them over. During the first season, the show's budget was so tight that the crew had to reuse sets and props from other productions. This led to some creative solutions, such as using a barrel from a different show as a prop and painting it to match the Gunsmoke set. The show's theme music, composed by Rex Coury, was originally intended as a temporary solution. However, the producers liked it so much that they decided to keep it for the entire series. Despite the show's success, it wasn't without its share of controversies. Some viewers and censors took issue with the show's violence and mature themes, leading to occasional script changes and edits. In conclusion, the making of Gunsmoke was filled with unique challenges and memorable moments that added to the show's enduring appeal. The cast and crew's dedication and creativity helped create a groundbreaking television series that continues to captivate audiences today. James Arness, the lead actor in Gunsmoke, served in World War II and was severely injured in combat. He received several military honors, including a Bronze Star and Purple Heart. Due to his injuries, he experienced discomfort while walking, which affected the filming of certain scenes in Gunsmoke. Before joining Gunsmoke, Ken Curtis was the sidekick on another popular series, Ripcord. He later became James Arness's co-star on Gunsmoke as the replacement deputy. In the radio series of Gunsmoke, Miss Kitty Russell was depicted as a madam for prostitutes. However, in the television series, the character's storyline was altered to make it more family-friendly. Miss Kitty became a respectable saloon owner, and any references to her previous profession were removed after the first couple of seasons. Gunsmoke, a 1950s TV series, holds a significant place in film history. As one of the longest-running TV shows, it set the standard for westerns on the small screen. Its influence extends to future filmmaking, inspiring numerous storytellers and productions. The show's impact can be seen in the development of complex characters, intricate plot lines, and the exploration of serious themes within the western genre. Gunsmoke's success demonstrated that westerns could offer more than just shootouts and saloon brawls, paving the way for thoughtful, character-driven stories. Subsequent works, such as Clint Eastwood's Unforgiven and the HBO series Deadwood, drew inspiration from Gunsmoke's innovative approach to storytelling. These productions delved deeper into the human condition, exploring moral ambiguities and societal issues within the context of the American West. Moreover, Gunsmoke played a crucial role in launching the careers of many accomplished actors, including James Arness and Amanda Blake. These performers honed their craft in the series, leaving a lasting impact on the entertainment industry. In summary, Gunsmoke's legacy and influence can be observed in its contributions to film history, its impact on future filmmaking, and the subsequent works it inspired. The series played a pivotal role in shaping the Western genre and continues to captivate audiences today.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not blaming you for what happened. I'm not blaming anyone.
James Arness, initially hesitant to take the role of Marshal Matt Dillon in Gunsmoke, was persuaded by his friend John Wayne to accept the part. This decision proved to be a significant one, as the show became a long-running success. Interestingly, the series marked the final film project for Glenn Strange, who played the part of Sam, the bartender. In many episodes of Gunsmoke, the character Chester, played by Dennis Weaver, can be seen with what appears to be a wallet in his left rear pocket. However, he never seems to take it out or use it throughout the series. This minor detail, while perhaps not crucial to the plot, adds an element of realism to his character. The cast of Gunsmoke was uninformed about the series cancellation in 1961, learning about it through trade publications. In December 1958, production halted for 4 days due to lead actor James Arness's eye injury from a sun lamp. The phrase "get the hell out of Dodge" originated from the show, with villains often being told to leave Dodge City, Kansas. The phrase's current usage became popular in the 1960s and 70s among teenagers.
Oh, goodbye.
At the height of Gunsmoke's popularity in 1971, CBS considered airing reruns during daytime hours. However, when a new executive took over, he opted for the Joker's Wild and The Price is Right instead, the latter becoming a long-running success. Regarding the show's characters, Chester's last name was Proudfoot in the radio version, inspired by J.R.R. Tolkien's works. When transitioning to television, it was changed to good. Interestingly, Dennis Weaver's character in Steven Spielberg's Duel displays a limp similar to Chester Good's, paying homage to the iconic TV show.
Like he used to own a little ranch up there somewhere. But you know, Matt, the whole time...
The cancellation of Gunsmoke in 1961 came as a surprise to the cast and crew, who had expected at least 3 more seasons. Actor James Arness, who played Marshal Dillon, later revealed that they had hoped to reach 700 episodes. One interesting detail from the show is the character of Doc Adams. His first name was Galen on the TV series, but in the radio version of Gunsmoke, he was known as Charles. Another notable episode is A Man a Day from 1961. In this episode, Marshal Dillon and Chester are seen talking to the stable hand about a woman riding out. If you look closely behind them, you can spot a tiny white airplane flying in the sky. This is particularly interesting because the episode was filmed in black and white, making the airplane stand out even more.
Like Joe, poor little stuff. That wife of his was the whole world to him. He's like a man.
Chester, a beloved character in Gunsmoke, had a different last name on television than on the radio version due to uncertain ownership. The radio show's Chester, played by Parley Bear, used the last name Good spontaneously, which stuck on the TV show. Amanda Blake held a unique position as the only female regular cast member throughout the show's long run. James Arness, who played Marshal Matt Dillon, was inducted into the Hall of Great Western Performers in 1981, recognizing his significant contribution to the Western genre. Dennis Weaver, who played Chester on Gunsmoke, later regretted giving his character a limp. He didn't anticipate the extra effort required to consistently maintain this aspect of Chester's persona. James Arness, the show's lead, had a close friendship with John Wayne. Arness appeared in 4 films with Wayne during the 1950s, and was originally slated for a role in The Undefeated. Wayne recommended Arness for the lead in Gunsmoke, and even filmed an introduction for the series' first episode. In the mid-1950s, Gunsmoke and the life and legend of Wyatt Earp played a significant role in popularizing television westerns. By the end of the decade, around 40 westerns were airing in prime time, demonstrating the genre's widespread appeal.
Something wrong, Chester?
Well, I don't know for sure, Mr. Dillon. Mrs. Kinsman's outside, said she wanted...
Ken Curtis, known for his role as the talkative deputy Festus on Gunsmoke, initially had a mellow and lowbrow acting style. Interestingly, his Festus accent and delivery are reminiscent of Strother Martin, a character actor who had appeared on several Gunsmoke episodes and was known for his distinctive speech. In 1967, Gunsmoke faced cancellation due to low ratings. However, CBS President William Paley, a fan of the show, reversed the decision. He moved Gunsmoke from Saturdays to Mondays, replacing Gilligan's Island, which led to a resurgence in the show's popularity, placing it back in the Nielsen's top 10. Over its 20-year run, James Arness, who played Marshal Matt Dillon, was the only actor to appear in every episode of Gunsmoke. His commitment to the show was unwavering, making him a central figure in the long-standing success of this classic Western series.
Yes, sir. Old Man Cass was...
After 16 seasons, producers allowed Milburn Stone, who played Doc Adams, to choose his character's first name. Stone selected Galen, the surname of an ancient Greek physician and medical researcher. In the episode Song for Dying, Theodore Bickle's character calls Doc Galen, marking the first time the name is used. Denver Pyle and Raymond Burr were considered for the role of Matt Dillon, but both were passed over. Pyle, however, appeared in 14 episodes as different characters from seasons 2 through 18. Morgan Woodward holds the record for the most guest starring roles on Gunsmoke with 19 appearances, and on Wagon Train with 11 appearances, making him the most frequent guest star on both shows.
Here.
I feed my pig better than this.
Pig?
Amanda Blake's time on Gunsmoke, which lasted for almost a third of her life, included her appearance in the 1987 TV movie Gunsmoke: Return to Dodge. The series, which ran for 635 episodes, occasionally had episodes with identical titles, such as Blood Money and Homecoming. Milburn Stone is best known for his role as Doc Adams on Gunsmoke, a part that left a lasting impression on the public.
I guess they're here.
James Arness, known for his role as Matt Dillon in Gunsmoke, retired from acting in 1994 after his last appearance in the episode One Man's Justice. Dennis Weaver's departure from the show led to the introduction of Ken Curtis as Festus Hagen, who became the new deputy. Curtis had previously worked with director Andrew V. McLaglen on Have Gun Will Travel. Milburn Stone, who played Doc Adams in Gunsmoke, was inducted into the Hall of Great Western Performers of the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum in 1981, recognizing his significant contribution to the Western genre. James Arness, who played Marshal Matt Dillon in Gunsmoke, was known to be self-conscious about his height. To minimize his towering stature on screen, certain measures were taken while filming. Prior to Gunsmoke, Arness and co-star Dennis Weaver had both appeared in the Western Horizons West. At the 50th anniversary celebration of Gunsmoke, Morgan Woodward, known for his role as Buffalo Man in the show, was in attendance. Unfortunately, James Arness was unable to travel, but his wife and son were present at the event held in Dodge City, Kansas.
Each and every one of you to retire. Well, looks like we got company. Step aside, boys. Let the marshal through. Nothing that said the law can't...
In 1975, CBS faced a decision between renewing Gunsmoke and Medical Center, with the former being a top 30 show and a favorite of Babe Paley, while the latter struggled with poor demographics. Despite its top ranking, Gunsmoke was ultimately canceled, and Medical Center was renewed for another season. It is worth noting that Dennis Weaver's character, Chester Good, was never a deputy marshal on Gunsmoke, but merely a helper. However, when Ken Curtis joined the series as Festus Hagen, he was a deputy marshal. Gunsmoke holds the record for the most seasons for a scripted primetime drama series on American television, with 20 seasons. This record was tied by Law & Order and surpassed by Law & Order Special Victims Unit.
Are you a policeman?
Ken Curtis, known for his role as Festus Hagen in Gunsmoke, declined to appear in the 1987 reunion movie due to a salary dispute. Producer John Mantley had offered him a lower salary than Amanda Blake, which reportedly angered Curtis. As of 2018, Buck Taylor and Roger Ewing are the only surviving regular cast members of the show. James Arness, who played Marshal Matt Dillon, is the only actor to remain with the series throughout its entire 20-year run. Milburn Stone, who portrayed Doc Adams, suffered a heart attack in 1971, and Pat Hingle stepped in for 6 episodes while Stone recovered.
Have to shut up and hold his head the whole night.
Well, I don't know about that, but I guess I'll sleep in the office anyway.
He's gonna feel pretty rough.
The popular TV series Gunsmoke, which first aired in 1955, has a notable history. The opening gunfight scene, featuring Matt Dillon, was filmed on the same main street as High Noon. Interestingly, lead actor James Arness, who played Matt Dillon, once let the unknown gunman win as a joke. But this was later dropped due to the anti-violence movement of the early 1970s. Gunsmoke had a significant impact on television, with only 2 living cast members remaining today, Roger Ewing and Buck Taylor. The cast's unique characteristics added depth to the show. For instance, Arness, who had been wounded in World War II, concealed his limp, while Dennis Weaver, who played Chester, consciously decided to give his character a lint to make him less capable than the main character. This demonstrates the care taken in crafting the show's characters.
And endow him with the vigor and vitality of a man half his age.
Gunsmoke, a popular television series that aired from 1955 to 1975, had its roots in a radio series that premiered on CBS in 1952. The radio series, created by writer John Meston and producer Norman McDougall featured a different cast than the television version, with William Conrad as Marshal Matt Dillon, Georgia Ellis as Miss Kitty Russell, Howard McNear as Doc Adams, and Parley Bear as Chester. Despite the radio series' success, and lasting until 1961, only Conrad made the transition to the small screen. The television version of Gunsmoke became known for its vast array of guest stars, but only 11 Oscar winners graced the show with their presence. The program's enduring popularity can be attributed to its compelling storytelling and memorable characters, making it a beloved part of television history. Dennis Weaver, known for his role in Gunsmoke, was inducted into the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum's Hall of Great Western Performers in 1981. Cactus Mack, often relegated to minor roles in the show, had a memorable part in the final years of his career. He was chosen by Dennis Weaver to co-star as Pa Cathcart, a hillbilly who kidnaps Miss Kitty. During filming, an injury led to surgery and time off from the show. Unfortunately, he passed away 4 months later due to a heart attack. Gunsmoke left a lasting impression on Buck Taylor, who admired James Arness, who played Marshal Matt Dillon. Taylor named his second son Mathew in honor of Arness. He also named his third son Cooper Glenn after Glenn Strange, another Gunsmoke cast member. This demonstrates the deep respect and appreciation Taylor had for his co-stars and the show.
What good will it do? Me and Neil never had a chance. We're doomed to be crushed out, caught.
James Arness holds the distinction of appearing in all 635 episodes of Gunsmoke, making him the only actor to do so. His consistent presence was a key factor in the show's success. Ken Curtis, another cast member, was inducted into the Hall of Great Western Performers of the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum in 1981, recognizing his significant contributions to the Western genre. An urban myth exists that John Wayne was offered the lead role in Gunsmoke. However, this is unlikely as Wayne was a popular movie star in 1955 and would not have been offered a television series at that stage in his career.
In the country trying to keep an outlaw alive so we can hang him.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
The TV series Gunsmoke, which aired from 1955 to 1975, was set in the wet-eating 70s in Dodge City, Kansas. At that time, local law enforcement in territories was provided by the U.S. Marshal Service, but the duties performed by Matt Dillon would have been handled by a town marshal or county sheriff. Matt Dillon was actually a deputy U.S. Marshal. Ken Curtis, best known for his role as Festus Hagen on Gunsmoke, played a significant part in the show's 20-season run. Over the course of these 20 seasons, Matt Dillon, the main character, only kissed one woman, Michael Learned, in the 1973 episode titled Matt's Love Story. This scarcity of romantic interactions for the main character is noteworthy, as it sets Gunsmoke apart from many other TV series. Ken Curtis played the role of Festus Hagen in the TV series Gunsmoke from 1962 to 1975, but his connection to Dodge City extended beyond the small screen, appearing in the 1964 film Cheyenne Autumn as a Dodge City resident. Curtis' first appearance on Gunsmoke was in 1959, long before Festus, where he played a character named Jesse Turnbull. James Arness, known for his role as the lead male character in Gunsmoke, never played the lead in any theatrical movies. His film career consisted of supporting roles alongside tall leading men such as John Wayne, Robert Ryan, and Jeff Chandler. Despite his limited leading roles in films, Arness left an indelible mark on television through his portrayal of Marshal Matt Dillon in Gunsmoke.
Exactly, Mr. Dillon figures it's a mistake, though. He thinks somebody's out to get him and shot Dane instead.
Burt Reynolds, after a tough competition with over 300 other contenders, secured the role of Quint on Gunsmoke. The show's writing crew underwent significant changes throughout its 20-season run. Whenever they exhausted their ideas or repeated stories, a new crew was brought in to refresh the narrative. Amanda Blake is best remembered by audiences for her role as Miss Kitty Russell on the show. Her portrayal left a lasting impression on the public. The show's longevity and regular refreshment of its writing crew contributed to its enduring popularity.
Besides a city man, he doesn't fit on that prairie.
Granny's not going to get off. It's an open and shut case.
The The opening sequence of Gunsmoke featuring Marshal Matt Dillon walking among the graves on Boot Hill, giving the opening narration, was borrowed from the radio series. This sets a serious and thoughtful tone for the show. Buck Taylor, who also starred in Gunsmoke, shared a positive working relationship with James Arness. Their camaraderie likely contributed to the show's success. Arness was honored in 2005 at Los Angeles City Hall for his 60-year residency and his work as Matt Dillon on Gunsmoke. The resolution recognized his heroism during World War II and his role in creating one of television's most realistic portraits of a Western town's marshal. Arness was visibly moved by the honor and expressed gratitude for the recognition. These accolades are a testament to Arness's talent and dedication to his craft. His work on Gunsmoke has left a lasting impact on the Western genre and television history. James Arness and Kelsey Grammer both hold the record for playing the same character the longest, with 20 years each. However, Arness appeared in 635 episodes of Gunsmoke as Matt Dillon, while Grammer was in 467 episodes of Cheers and Frasier as Dr. Frasier Crane. Milburn Stone made a significant financial decision in 1961 when he sold his residual rights for Gunsmoke to CBS for $100,000. Ken Curtis, who played Festus Hagen on Gunsmoke, was right-handed but left-eye dominant. This was evident in how he always drew and fired a pistol with his right hand, but used his left hand to fire a rifle, sighting with his left eye and squinting with his right. Other actors, such as Clint Eastwood, Steve McQueen, Sidney Poitier, and David Caruso, have also been known to use this shooting technique. The opening sequence of Gunsmoke, a popular TV series from 1955, features a shootout on the same street where the classic Laurel and Hardy film Way Out West was shot. James Arness, who plays this Marshal Matt Dillon, was recommended for the role by John Wayne, despite the legend that Wayne was offered the part himself. Adding to the show's authenticity, the Dodge House, Lady Gay, and Long Branch were actual businesses in Dodge City, where the series is set. By incorporating real-life elements and tapping into the talents of James Arness, Gunsmoke successfully delivered a compelling and authentic viewing experience for its audience.
Well, bad as it is, you go on back there and wait. If I find the thing out,
In the long-running TV series Gunsmoke from 1955, 3 actors from the Brady Bunch made appearances. Christopher Knight, Eve Plum, and Susan Olsen all had roles in different episodes. Amanda Blake, who played Miss Kitty, made a significant financial decision in 1961 when she sold her residual rights to the show for $100,000. The playful exchanges between Doc and Festus, the intelligent doctor, and the country bumpkin, bear a resemblance to the interactions between Dr. McCoy and Mr. Spock in Star Trek, where the country doctor and the smart alien share a similar dynamic.
well, sometimes a man can hate too much, Chester. Can twist him till he doesn't know the truth anymore.
If Gunsmoke's 1955 debut left an impression on you, we'd love to hear your stories. Share your memories of how this classic TV series influenced your perspective on cinema. Tell us about the characters you loved, the episodes that stayed with you, and how Gunsmoke may have inspired you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more cinematic explorations. Your engagement helps us create content that resonates with you. Let's celebrate the impact of Gunsmoke together. We can't wait to read your comments.
Past that McCoy Perkins ranch, and those two, well, they got a war going on.
What do you mean?
Well, it's terrible.